It is time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. This is a double feature where two segments are combined into one episode. And now, here's the host of the show, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Episode 1614, and this will be a double feature, Shenanigan double feature once again, the 10th edition of it. And as I get to talk about both what happened tonight on SmackDown and NXT Level Up and AEW Rampage, and we're gonna go quick about. I'm gonna go quick about it. That's why I'm gonna do two for one. Tiffany Stratton and Pretty Deadly decided to kick off SmackDown with some decorations and balloons and parties, and decided to celebrate Nia Jax's title win at SummerSlam over Bayley. So they did that. Tiffany Stratton introduced Nia Jax, and Nia Jax says, "This is not me," she said. She's all about destruction, but even though she said, "Well, I've been in my..." But Pretty Deadly's got you a song, and they were singing a song, and they were singing way off key. Trust me on this one, they suck at singing. But as they were continuing their goofiness in the ring, Michin attacked all four of them with a kendo stick. And basically she's not done with Miss Nia Jax just of yet. And I'll tell you one thing. If anybody's stepping up against Nia Jax, it would be none other than Michin. And meanwhile, Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair were watching in the back, thinking it is hilarious to see that. But then Carmelo Hayes interrupts the trio because you're going to go to my victory celebration. What are you talking about? You haven't, and Jade Cargill says, "Didn't Andrade beat you twice?" "Yeah, but I'm going to beat him tonight," he says. So they had that one-on-one matchup, and Carmelo Hayes ended up winning that matchup. But both men brawled out the match because Andrade was not very happy about it. And officials and other referees tried to break it up for sure. Meanwhile, Solo Sikoa was sitting down, looking at his taped-up thumb, the master of Samoan Spike. I'll get more on the Samoan family in just a minute. And the Ula Fala, that's what that wreath is called. I was wondering what that wreath is called. I know it had a special name to it. It's the Ula Fala. Tama Tonga presented it and put it on, Solo Sikoa, and Solo Sikoa says, "I know you're going to acknowledge me." He goes, "If you give it back to Roman Reigns, we all have to acknowledge him. But as long as I have it, he's got to acknowledge me, and I'm going to call him out." So then Giovanni Vinci is on his way to SmackDown once again. And it seems like Giovanni Vinci's gone back to the gimmick that he had when he was in NXT, separated from Imperium at the time. Meanwhile, SmackDown took part in Orlando. That means you're going to see some NXT presence. In this case, the champions were there. Roxanne Perez was in attendance for the next matchup as Naomi went one-on-one with Blair Davenport. And in a great matchup, Davenport ended up winning the matchup. So Davenport could be in line for a title shot down the road with a huge victory over a former SmackDown Women's Champion. And then A-Town Down Under was talking about Kevin Owens, and Kevin Grayson says, "Why'd you had to throw me under the bus?" "I didn't throw you under the bus. I just gave you the opportunity to basically get your opportunity. And you know what? To make a name for yourself." He goes, "You know what? Fine. I can do it. I can beat Kevin Owens." And then Kevin Owens is walking right behind him, hearing everything they said. Kevin, and he acts sarcastic. "You're right. I wasn't worthy of the shot of the title, and it could have been someone else." So let's get out there and prove me right. Reverse psychology, sarcasm. Gotta love that about Kevin Owens. You gotta love it what he's doing. Then just recently, we just found out, not too long ago, breaking news, that the other half of the Wild Samoans. As you know, 2 months after Sika passed away, Afa, father of Samu, uncle to Fatu, the head shrinkers, and considered to go by Pops by many wrestlers who has trained under him, have passed away. And my condolences and prayers go out to the family, the NOIE family, and in honor of him, I'll raise a finger, raise the one finger. They usually acknowledges Roman Reigns as a tribal chief, but acknowledging the chief of the Samoan family, one of the high chiefs, one of the tribal chiefs of the Samoan family, in Afa. Rest in peace, Afa. It was also Roman Reigns' uncle as well. So we acknowledge. And condolences and prayers go out to the families and the family, friends, and fans of Afa. Meanwhile, Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller went one-on-one, but the NXT champion Ethan Page was in attendance. So I'm saying, I think Ethan Page and Roxanne Perez could end up being on SmackDown in the near future, possibly next year, or it depends on what the draft brings to the table. And Owens wins the matchup against Grayson Waller, and then Grayson Waller, in theory, about to attack KO after the matchup, but then Cody Rhodes comes to his aid. But then Owens picks up the belt, looks at it, hands it over to Cody Rhodes, pats him on the back, and leaves. So there's that. And meanwhile, as Solo Sikoa was getting prepared to meet up with Roman Reigns, the Ula Fala, Tama Tonga puts it around his neck. And also, Titus O'Neil was in attendance. He hasn't wrestled for a while. I think he's now stepping out of the WWE in-ring competitor and just, basically being an ambassador, and has his own book coming out September 3rd, so congratulations to him. And Santos Escobar was addressing Legado del Fantasma, saying, we got to get serious now. The United States title, I have a shot at it against LA Knight, he says. I'm going to beat him and send him back to the trailer park where he belongs. So next week, the United States title on the line as LA Knight defends it against Santos Escobar. A 6-woman tag match will also happen. The tag team champs Alba Fire and Isla Dawn teaming up with Blair Davenport against Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. I think the name for that team is EST Storm, according to possibly to Belair and Jade Cargill, and a shirt that was made for them. And so Chelsea Green and Piper Niven were talking to Michin, saying, hey, we like the fact what you did, but, it should have been my shot. And she goes, well, Michin goes, I'm getting a women's title shot against Nia Jax. But then Nia Jax blindsides Michin, shoving her in Nick Aldis' office. And meanwhile, Nick Aldis comes out and starts yelling at Nia Jax, goes, my office now. And Nia Jax is like, what? So, then the number one contenders tag team match between DIY and the Street Profits. This matchup was WrestleMania main event caliber type of matchup. This matchup could have gone either way. And the Street Profits won the match. So next week, they'll face the Bloodline for the tag team championship. Speaking of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga come out and call out Roman Reigns. Reigns responds to Sikoa. Both men start fighting it out. And then after cleaning house with Tama Tonga, Roman Reigns briefly got back to Ula Fala until Jacob Fatu, even with the ankle boot, even with the boot on, the ankle boot, to help, trying to help heal his ankle, attacked Roman Reigns and they put him through the shield style, and then laid him out, and they all put the one finger up. And it seems like to me this Bloodline Civil War is about to get uglier and uglier and uglier for Roman Reigns unless he gets some help really, really soon. Meanwhile, there were two matches on NXT Level Up. Cutler James the upstart against Mark Coffey of Gallus, and Mark Coffey didn't end up winning that matchup. Izzy Dame interrupted a TikTok video with newcomer Layla Diggs and Adriana Rizzo as they're trying to Rizzo and Diggs trying to connect. Izzy Dane got into their face, and Rizzo goes, "How about this, you and I one-on-one?" So that match was happening. Meanwhile, Sarah Strimer interviewed Cutler James after the match. He says, "Well, I got to get back to square one and see if I can win a matchup." So we'll see what happens. Cutler James got a bright future. Meanwhile, the women's matchup was the main event: Adriana Rizzo versus Izzy Dame, and Adriana Rizzo ended up winning that match. So Rizzo could be one step closer to become the women's North American champion. Now, let's get to AEW Rampage. And as you know, we're getting closer and closer. In fact, we are 9 days away, a week from this Sunday, actually, till AEW's All in Wembley Stadium, England. In London, England, I should say. As a trios matchup, Kyle O'Reilly joins on commentary. Trios matchup, the conglomeration with O'Reilly on commentary, Orange Cassidy, the Ring of Honor World Champ Mark Briscoe, and Tomohiro Ishii going up against the team of the Outrunners and the Butcher. Very unique trio team with Erica Lee, the newcomer, in their corner. And the conglomeration ended up winning the matchup. Nyla Rose comes out afterwards, after everything's cleaned out of the ring. And Erica Lee just realized she's making her debut against Nyla Rose. And despite the best efforts that the Outrunners tried to interfere on her behalf, Nyla Rose ended up winning the matchup, beating Erica Lee. And the Outrunners bailed Erica Lee. And Erica Lee needs to get her hair straightened out. It's like it's all over the place. What a crazy girl. Speaking of crazy women, in this case, one of them very beautiful, Saraya, and the lovely, gorgeous Aussie Angel herself, Harley Cameron, which Harley Cameron to me is being a national treasure. You're talking about one of the funniest people. She's a multi-talented. She can sing. She's learning how to wrestle. I think she'll get better with time, but she can be funny. And Saraya has been upset because tomorrow is her birthday. She hasn't got anything to go to All In. And then she says she went through too much. And then Timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's World Champion, another of my favorite Aussie Angel. It was like two of my favorite Aussie Angels were right there. She came out and said, "Hey, I'll tell you what. You're frustrated. You're not going to Wembley Stadium now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll give you a title shot. How about it?" So this Wednesday, a title match will be on the line, and the winner will face Mariah May at All In. I would not be surprised if Mariah May gets involved in that matchup. But then again, you've got the lovely Mina Shirakawa in town, so we'll see what happens there. Meanwhile, Harley Cameron will be in action tomorrow night on Collision as she faces Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So that will be an interesting matchup for sure. And the Acclaimed, about fed up with FTR, says tomorrow at Collision, they're going to beat FTR and try to be the number one contender. Remember, this matchup, the Acclaimed and FTR, tomorrow night, is the number one contenders match. Whoever wins, that match will face the Young Bucks and All In for the tag team titles. Number one, another matchup, Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne going one-on-one. Killswitch and Mother Wayne got involved. Christian Cage was walking backstage, watching backstage, and Nick Wayne ended up winning the matchup. And now, I have to agree with Tony Schiavone. It's a joke. All right, this is disgraceful. I mean, Killswitch should be holding in possession of the Trios Championship, yet Christian Cage wants Mother Wayne to be in possession. If I were Killswitch, I said, "Listen, either you start respecting me, give me credit, and let me hold my own championship belt, or I'm going to leave this group, and all y'all can go find another partner stupid enough to listen to you." That's what I would have done. If I was in Killswitch's shoes, that's what I would have done. I said, "I want to hold my own championship." Killswitch, it isn't fair that Killswitch does all the work, He helps his team win the trios title, and yet Christian Cage does not want to give him a championship belt to hold. You know, Christian Cage is an idiot. I'm telling you something. He is probably the biggest idiot in the world. And you're talking about freaking, you know, when Killswitch won the TNT title when he was known as Luchasaurus, Christian Cage gets to hold the title. I said, listen, I don't know what Christian Cage has done, but Christian Cage is getting stupid. He's getting stupider and stupider and stupider. That's why I don't like cults either. The cult leaders are too screwed up in the head to listen to logic and reason. Okay, the fact of the matter is this: that Christian Cage, barely realizing that, hey, Killswitch won the titles for you guys. He should be holding a trio championship, not Mother Wayne. As pretty as she is, she don't belong holding that title. She can hold the title for her son while he's wrestling, and that's unless the titles are on the line. Meanwhile, Scorpio Sky's trying to get into the Private Party Club, and Cheesecake, that was a nickname for the security guard, nicknamed by Private Party. But then, Private Party came out and said, hey, he's with us. He's in. And Cheesecake goes, okay, so he finally gets in. So, what's Scorpio Sky's plan for Private Party? We'll find out for sure. Is Private Party adding Scorpio Sky to the team? Who knows? Meanwhile, Roosh and Kyle Fletcher of the Don Callis family took on Rex Titus and Kevin Matthews, a.k.a. KM. Roosh and Fletcher won the matchup, and then Don Callis and Roosh were dressing in the back about the victory. And he goes, now I want you to show me now. He says, show me. And he says, you got it. And then Don Callis looks over to Kyle Fletcher. He goes, man, if that guy not get angry at me, I'm not doing my job. What's on your mind? And he says, about last week losing. I did not listen to you. I lost the matchup because I did not. He goes, hey, it's okay. You don't have to apologize to me. We're family. Just forget the past. Move on. Move forward. And he goes, you got it? Got it. So I think Don Callis understands where he's coming from. So, Leo Rush joined on commentary as Top Flight would be the Martin brothers, Dante and Darius, along with Action Andretti and the lovely, and I do mean lovely, Layla Gray. Hello. Dressed as a stewardess and all. They did the Top Gun thing, the ties and everything, the pilot thing. I thought it was super cool. Layla Gray, whoa. I think I found my top 5 favorite AEW women. Toni Storm, Harley Cameron, Hikaru Shida, actually top 4, and Layla Gray. If you want to count anybody connected with AEW, like Stardom and all, I go Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa is still top of my list. I know Layla Gray's engaged to Luke Curtis down in OVW. Luke Curtis, I salute you, sir. You're a lucky man going to be marrying that girl. And if you guys ever split up, I'm calling Luke Curtis an idiot. So, but since they're not breaking up anytime soon, Luke Curtis, you're good. So, anyways, Top Flight took on Mace Madden and Mansoor the Sultan of Swab in MXN Collection. And that's a better name than Maximum Male Models, to be totally honest. And Top Flight ended up winning the matchup, and so they'll be one step closer to a tag team title shot, maybe? Who knows? So that's all the time we have on the show. Episode number 1614 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Episode 10 of the Shenanigan double feature. Well, we talked about SmackDown, NXT Level Up, and AEW Rampage Event Center. So, until the next episode comes rolling around tomorrow, we got some card sharks for you. An AEW Collision. Until next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode. This is your announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with a Raven Bofa Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching today's episode. Tune in next time for another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Goodbye for now.